Once there was a man named Jack, who was always filled with regrets about his past. He constantly dwelled on the mistakes he had made and the opportunities he had missed. Jack believed that his life would have been much better if only he had made different choices. One day, Jack went to visit an old friend who lived in the countryside. His friend had a beautiful farm filled with fields of crops and grazing livestock. Jack couldn't help but admire the tranquility of the place and wished that he too could live such a peaceful life. As they sat down for lunch, Jack asked his friend how he managed to build such a beautiful farm. His friend smiled and said, "I made a lot of mistakes along the way, but I learned from them and kept moving forward." This statement struck a chord with Jack, who realized that he had been so focused on his regrets that he had failed to learn from them. He decided to take a walk around the farm and reflect on his life. As he walked, he saw a big oak tree that had a huge branch reaching out to the sky. Jack thought to himself, "I wish I could climb up there and see the world from that perspective." But he quickly dismissed the thought, thinking that he was too old and it was too risky. Suddenly, he saw a little boy who was climbing the tree with ease. The boy reached the top and looked down at Jack, smiling. Jack was amazed at the boy's fearlessness and realized that he had been too afraid to take risks in his own life. As he continued to walk, he saw a group of people who were planting new crops in the fields. They were working hard and enjoying themselves despite the heat and the long hours. Jack was reminded that hard work and perseverance were key to success. By the end of the day, Jack felt rejuvenated and inspired. He realized that he had been living with regrets for too long, and it was time to start learning from his mistakes and taking risks. From that day on, Jack made a promise to himself to live without regrets. He started taking small steps towards his goals, and even though he faced setbacks and failures along the way, he kept moving forward. With each new experience, he learned valuable lessons that helped him to grow and become a better person. Years later, Jack looked back on his life and realized that his big regret had turned into a valuable lesson. He was grateful for the experience that had taught him the importance of learning from mistakes and never giving up on his dreams.